Hey folks, got a new knife for you. What I have here is a knife that was a grill knife for me that I've been searching for, hunting for almost 4 years now. If you guys are into the knife collecting, you know that this is the JBB Knives Alphahunter Tactical Design Predator. If you guys are fans of Wieners and Steel, you know that we featured this model knife in our very first Wieners and Steel. If you go back to Wieners and Steel Season 1, Episode 1, I don't even think we called ourselves Wieners and Steel. We called ourselves Wieners and Knives. Brian, Fast Bandit, scored this knife at Blade Show 2013. Now, that's the same Blade Show that I met Brian for the first time. I already knew Nick Menevade, and I have not yet met Frucci at the time. But, so, I met Brian over there for the first time. I knew him. I knew Brian. I've never met him face to face, but I knew him from Instagram as Fast Bandit. We've talked a few times, you know, through the comments and Instagram. So, he showed me this score that he got. He got this from Brad. Now, Brad did not have a table at Blade Show. He was just brown bagging it. And I don't know if Brian made prior arrangements to buy it or it was first come, first serve. I don't recall right now. But I saw this knife and I fell in love with it right away. Right away. This is the prototype. I'm not sure if Brian Dunn, not Fast Bandit, Brian Dunn, B. Dunn, was the first one to own it, but this is the prototype for, so this is the first Predator in the design process before he made 12 of them. There's only 12 total Predators out there, but there are variations of it now. Brad has since made the kilowatt, which is similar to this except without the milling, and the smaller version, the milliwatt. But there's only 12 Predators in existence. This particular model, this prototype, is made with S35VN. The other Predators, the ones that I guess he made later on, like Brian, Fast Bandit, has N690 steel. And Brian Dunn told me that there's other models that are made with CPM 154. It is a frame lock, as you can see. This particular model of the Predator is slimmer than the other Predators. The blade is a little bit thicker than the other Predators, like Brian, Fast Bandit's scales and blade are thicker. So I actually prefer this. Now, when Brad made this was at the time when overbuilt knives were being, were the flavor of the day. So for you guys, you might think it's too big, but this is one of my grails, and I finally got this in a secondary. Awesome deal on it. Now, I don't know how many people have owned this prototype. I'm sure it's gone through several hands. Brian said that he spotted a Predator, one of the original 12, at Blade Show last year, going for like up to $2,300. Crazy. I did not get it for $2,300. I do firmly believe that the secondary market is going down, thank goodness, for knife collectors like you and me. So I scored this at an excellent deal from an excellent gentleman on Instagram. I've bought my third secondary knife from Instagram, and luckily for me, every deal, every transaction has been so smooth. Now, this knife is about a little over 4 years old. Just want to show you guys the lockup. You can still see it's very early, a testament to Brad's design. Now, I'm sure this thing's been flipped a million times. I'm not 100% sure if B. Dunn, I haven't reviewed the Wieners and Steel videos. I'm not 100% sure if B. Dunn brought this and for us to fondle. But I did fondle Fast Bandit's knife. So, for you guys that may have never seen the Predator before, Full titanium frame lock with a Warncliffe style blade. This particular one has a satin finish and stonewash flats. You might have heard Nick on Wieners and Steel talking about how he likes the scallop, which is a signature design for this Predator. If you want to choke up for fine cutting, even choke up further with the jimping on the back of this blade. Excellent. You might notice it has no logo, it just has this prototype wording on it. The other Predators have, I think, Brad's logo and Alphahunter's logo. This Brian Dunn told me, who owned this knife before, that this model, this particular prototype has more jimping. I think it's got 2 more jimping than Fast Bandits. You can see there, it's a nice, clean through design. 3 standoffs and a set pin. Now we had New to Knives, Barry, on the show, and he explained that the set pin actually makes it easier to take down the knife, and it still comes back perfectly centered. And again, a testament to Brad's awesome design. So the new kilowatt model does not have this milling, right? Now, what's cool about this knife is this was 100% handmade by Brad, and including this milling. This milling, he told me he ground it. I'm not sure exactly how he did it, probably with his drill press. So the 12 Predators, you know, I take that back. I'm not sure if all 12 Predators have this milling, but this particular one and the other ones that have this pattern were all hand ground by Brad. Hand ground. So it makes it, each one, very unique. I don't know if you guys are digging that, but I dig it. Now, again, a lot of people have owned this knife. I don't know exactly how many, but this means a lot to me because this is one of my grails from the beginning. From the beginning, the inception of Wieners and Steel. I was drooling over this. So Brian had this. Lee had the Surge, I believe. Barry had, I forget which one he had. He had another knife from Brad. I eventually did get my arrestor from Brad, but I was always hunting for this one. This came up in the secondary. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. Beautiful. So jimping on the back of the blade. Jimping on the back of the scales. Some jimping on the butt. Bent pocket clip. Also the same milling on the pocket clip gives a little character. The only really, I mean, it's not even damaged. The only character put on this knife, and I don't know how many people have owned this knife, is the little bit of scratch right there on the pocket clip. You guys might see it. Very, very, very small. But other than that, everything's perfect. Lockup is still early. No play at all. No wiggle. No play. This is on bearings. I checked with Brad. It's on bearings. Now, this knife is definitely ahead of its time when Brad made it. Again, at the time when he made this, that was the time of the overbuilt folders, which I'm sure influence a little bit of the design, but it is a thinner profile, which is awesome. Awesome. Really happy about this. Been on the hunt for this, and it just popped up in the secondary. I think actually, I'm not sure. I think my good buddy Joe Bananas was the one that brought it to my attention, or I might have found it myself. I think Joe did. Joe's been looking in the secondary also for something, and I think he brought this to my attention. Of course, I bought it. I'm digging the secondary, folks. Tomorrow is New York Custom Knife Show. Friday, I'm not intending on buying any knives. I'm not even bringing any cash. I'm hoping that my other custom Grail knife is being delivered. If that's the case, awesome. I haven't heard from the knife maker. I know he's been working with it. You will get a video on that once I receive it. But yeah, I'm just really there to shoot some coverage of the tables for you guys, of the different purveyors that are going to be there. Looking forward to that. So, what else? Leave anything else? Phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'll tell you right now, this is never leaving my collection. Not that many of my knives leave my collection. Except maybe some of my users. I have gifted some knives to some friends. But I'm telling you right now, this one is never leaving my collection. Never. Alright folks, I don't know if I hope you guys got a good look at it already. I love it. What do you guys think? Again, similar to some of J. Colback's knives, I think there's a little bit medieval in design there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Very cool. Love it. Very organic. Very happy. Look at that satin finish. Awesome. Handmade, 100% by Brad Blunt. I actually text Brad. I told him I scored this. He was so happy. He goes, man, that takes me back. Because now the man's just blown up, and good luck trying to even get in his books, huh? Or for him making a knife for you. Alright folks, that's the Predator prototype from JBB Knives and Alphahunter Tactical Design. Peace.